Hi, I'm Miguel, professional wildlife photographer. In this video I'm going to be reviewing this hide, which is the Tragopan Hokki V2 ground photo blind. As you can see, it comes in a little carry bag, very light, very easy to carry, weighs in at just over 2.5 kilos. And I just need to let you know that I have actually been provided with this hide by Tragopan in exchange for doing this video. First of all, I'm going to show you how to put the hide up. Very easy, very well designed in my opinion. And what you want to find first of all is this section here. So lay the hide out like this, so you've got this section here which is going to be the front part, and then this you just need to pull on the cord to bring this part up and it will click into place. With the hide you're going to have these metal pegs, and you'll find around the front section there's 4 holes for your pegs to go into. Just pull this bit out. This pole goes through this section towards the rear of the hide. Very similar again to how you put up a tent. So the end of your pole, you want to get that into there on both sides. You'll have one little pole, and this is for the rear section of the hide. So you want to put it in this way, up to that section, and then again into here, and then just pull the hide. You can get this guy rope into the ground. You'll find a cover which will go on top of this section of the hide. And this cover clicks into place in 4 corners with these little clips here. And then you can also tighten these up to get the roof a little tighter. So that's the hide all in place, and just need to get in it. On this side you will find a zip running along here, and this is how you get into the hide. I'm actually in the hide now. Definitely need a wide angle lens for the vlogging camera. But yeah, plenty of room. Pretty reasonable. Actual fact, I've got a lot of room down there. My feet are nowhere near touching the end. I'm about 5'9", and my feet are nowhere near the end. So there's my nice low level view. Do not expect to be comfortable in a hide like this. I think it's a really good design and it'll do the job, but when you're down here lying down with the camera, very difficult to find a position that's going to keep you comfortable. So if you are constantly looking up at the viewfinder, you're going to get a sore neck. The other option of course is to use an angle finder, and that will kind of put you into that position a bit more, slightly looking down. I actually find it's better for the neck, but can be a bit more uncomfortable on other parts of your body. So yeah, you have to choose whether you prefer a sore neck or a sore back or sore knees or ankles. It's your choice really. In terms of supporting the camera, you could use a tripod here, get the tripod flat or very low down. The other option would be a beanbag, or possibly the preferred option for myself, which is the old frying pan technique. So if you, maybe I'll put a link to the other video to show you what I'm talking about. When you come to get your camera set up, it's really important that you get the height that you want, get the most comfortable height that you can for the camera. I haven't actually used this hide for photography yet, so this is just like my initial thoughts really. But what I do love, I love the design. I particularly love how it pops up, that dome section, the way it pops up I think is really clever and very quick. I'm very impressed with that. Nice ground sheet, and just the amount of windows that you've got and the vents I think is a really good addition to hides like this. So definitely impressed so far. you'll see there's a ground sheet here, which is really necessary with this low level type of hide. Essentially it's one piece, so the ground sheet is part of the hide, and that's just going to help make sure you don't get quite as cold and damp. You also have a little window on either side, so maybe if you wanted to give yourself a little more air, you could open that a little bit, or if you just want everything completely concealed, and just keep that zipped up. What we've got here, you've actually got a number of choices. So you've got a few different types of window that you can use depending on your preference, and they'll actually velcro to the inside here. So different types of window and mesh you can use depending on the subjects you're going to be photographing. Some subjects may be a little bit more wary, more skittish, and in that case you want to make sure that you keep the chances of them seeing movement to an absolute minimum. Other subjects you might not need to put quite as much up on the window to conceal yourself. So here's one example of what you could do, where I've got a big lens, 500mm lens, and I've got what I would essentially call a snoot around the lens, and then I've just got a couple of pieces of mesh on either side. And with this you could just use the drawstring and then tighten it up a bit more around the lens. Or maybe you could have something like this, where I've just kept these sides more concealed and we've just got the mesh with a little hole poking through for the lens there. So there's so many options, it really just depends on your preference. I think this is one of the best things about these kinds of hides. Certainly this hide, it's the first time that I've seen Tragopan. The fact that they give you lots of options with the window I think is really, really good. So I'm just going to show you now how to put this photo blind back down, and I think this is one of the best features of this hide. I absolutely love it. It's very easy to get up, but it's also very easy to get down as well. So all you need to do on this lower piece here is literally just apply a bit of pressure, and it will just go straight down, and these legs will fold up. Make sure you take this pole out at the back. So get all these poles together like that. I would roll this piece up. You can pretty much just roll it up. Obviously try and get it as flat as you can. So my initial thoughts on the Tragopan ground photo blind, I think it's really well designed actually, and I particularly like those extra little additions which I think are very important. So you've got the vents in there. There's a couple of vents which I think is really going to help stop you overheating inside the hide, and also the way it goes up. That's probably the thing I like the most. That system where you pull the cord and just click it into place, and to put it down you just press it, is really, really, really clever. So I don't know how weather resistant, how waterproof and how durable it's going to be yet. I will definitely test it at some point, and when I do I'll include it in the video and I'll let you know how the hide got on. But obviously when you're out in the field you're going to be putting it through probably putting it through quite a bit of abuse at times, and we'll see how durable and also how waterproof it is as well. Also on the hide you've got kind of these extra flaps, so wherever you've got zips you've got extra flaps over there, and things like that just really make a difference because they're all going to help to avoid getting rain inside. So just even having those extra flaps over the zips and the window, and particularly the second covering, that like second skin which goes over the main domed area, that roof, again that's just helping to keep the water off and make sure it drips outside rather than inside the hide. So all those little additions, really, really good design. At the moment I say more than happy. Do check out the link. Maybe I'll put a link on the screen, or I'll put a link below to Tragopan. They do a number of hides, including the more standard dome hides that you can sit in, and the ground photo blinds as well. So yeah, check it out. Thanks for watching the video. I hope this was useful to some photographers out there, and until next time, happy shooting.